Welcome back to PPUTV. This is Trisha and Nicole, and today we have our first interview. I know we promised interviews, and we have been working our tails off behind the scenes. So we are very super proud and excited to have Lisa of Cosmetic Sanctuary with us today. If you'd like to say hi.
Hi.
Yay! Welcome to Thunderdome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you ready to play 20 questions?
Sure. Let's see.
All right. Would you rather, question number one, would you rather fight 1,000 horse-sized ducks or 1,000 duck-sized horses?
1,000 duck-sized horses. My
Why?
stepdad used to have ducks and they terrify me. I'm fine with the duck-sized horses.
All right, cool. I also would like a duck-sized horse as a pet, but that's neither here nor there. All right, next question is from Sandy in the BST group. How long does it take you to do your swatches and photos for one polish?
For swatching, probably about 15 to 20 minutes for one polish. But then I do batches. And then I upload everything at the end of the night. And then the next day when I'm doing a new swatch set, I start editing the previous day's photos as I'm swatching. Does that make it? So like today, if I have, let's say, I have polish pickup polishes to do. Mm-hmm. Whatever I did while I'm swatching those, if I did a collection, I'm trying to think of what I did yesterday. I did a Glisten and Glow collection. So I'll probably edit the Glisten and Glow photos as I'm swatching the new set. So I'm constantly swatching while editing previous stuff.
So you are in fact a robot.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's not a question, by the way. That's just pretty much a confirmation of my previous assertions. All right, next question. How did you get started? That comes from Alyssa in the group. How did you get started?
That's actually about it's been about 11 years since Nick was on me to start doing a blog of some sort. And I kept telling him it wasn't for me, it wouldn't do very well, it's not something I'm interested in doing. And then I was at work about 9.5 years ago, and he messaged me and said, what do you think of the name Cosmetic Sanctuary? And I said, I like it. And he said, good, I bought the domain, here it is, here's your website, you need to start. And then it still sat for probably about a month before I even did like a hello type post.
And you should have made him. I would like to see Nick do some swatches.
Yes.
He has a blog. He does.
Is it a nail polish blog?
He has like a men's health type blog. He had a keto blog, and then he had a third one, and I think it was more tech. And he does those as he feels, because he works a lot, so he doesn't have as much time. I work a lot too, but he actually works probably double what I do, because he's on call all the time.
Wow.
So yeah. All right. Do you have a favorite brand of nail polish?
Ooh.
I wouldn't say a particular favorite brand. I have favorite brands depending on what finish we're talking about. So
what's your favorite for creams?
Ooh, that one, probably KB Shimmer is probably my favorite for creams.
Really?
Yeah.
What about for hollow, like just straight linear hollow?
That one's difficult. That would probably be Vapid.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with that.
She does a lot of the dark vampy ones, and that's what I gravitate towards.
Are you wearing anything on your nails right now?
Nope.
She's naked for us.
Yeah, I just got back from the store. I haven't done anything today. Jacob and I went out for the day.
Let's see. Next question. Do you have a nail cave?
Oh, yes, kind of. When we moved into this house, there is a finished basement, and that we converted into half of our bedroom, the master bedroom. The other half is both mine and Nick's office. The whole thing is probably about 500 square feet. So his is on one side, mine is on the other. And we've got like an L-shaped couch separating our desks. That's pretty large.
Have you like covered it in glitter yet?
My side, kind of, yes. There was a little bit of there was a wax that I opened that had glitter on top that was not set into it, and it kind of poof. Yeah, so I keep finding random glitter.
Okay, next question is from Mana in the group, and she asks, why are you the way you are?
Just for her. Torturing her. It's that image sizing and everything. I like torturing her.
The 1 pixel off. Trisha, do you have any questions?
I thought I did. And now you guys put me on the spot, and now I can't think of anything. I don't know.
What do you listen to while you're swatching?
Ooh.
Or do you watch something?
I watch Netflix right now. I am watching Lucifer.
Yes.
So I just finished the originals again. Before that was Buffy. So usually when I'm swatching, I watch stuff I've already seen. So it's more background noise and I'm not really missing anything. So yeah, I just kind of cycle through depending on my mood. Sometimes I want comedy. I did Brooklyn Nine-Nine not too long ago too. So it's just kind of The Office. They took it off Netflix because they're mean, but yeah.
Have you watched
Usually it's
Schitt's Creek
Netflix.
yet?
I have. I've seen that twice.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I couldn't get into that.
You gotta give it a few episodes.
You have to get past the first season.
The first
The
season?
first season I have a little, yeah, that's for me. The first season's kind of hit or miss on each episode. And then once I got into the second one, when all the characters are more developed, then it started picking
Yeah,
up.
they really find their groove.
I think I got to episode 3. And it's like a deep, dirty secret that I have that I didn't follow through with it because I feel like everyone loves it, but I'm like, this isn't for me. Like,
watch the first season for like background noise, and then season 2 pick up.
Okay.
Yeah. You won't miss much.
Have you ever thought of starting your own cult?
No, I'm not much of a leader, so that would go back. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about joining my cult?
Oh, I thought I did.
The robes just came out on pre-order. The robes for Nicole's cult. Yeah.
They are multi-chrome, so
there we go.
You know, we pulled out all the stops for this. What is one item for swatching, other than nail polish and a camera, obviously? What is one thing you think you need for swatching? Like that just makes it so much easier?
The liquid latex. The issues that I can't. I used to do it without that, and it makes it so much quicker and easier to be able to peel it off, and then I have to use removers still at the edges. But yeah, that made a huge difference, and I go through less remover this way.
Yeah.
So it saves some. I still spend a lot on nail polish remover, but.
How much nail polish remover do you go through in a month?
Those 32-ounce bottles of Zoya, I go through about 1.5 of those a month. Yeah.
Now, are you married to the Zoya? Like, have you ever tried just using like regular acetone and mixing in your own stuff?
I have, but I think the amount that I use, even with the additives, it's still not enough, and I start to get really dried out and my cuticles start cracking. If I used it like a normal person, it would probably be just fine. But I think if I did go to acetone or the additive straight acetone, I would need to use 2 bottles of additive for it to equal the Zoya. I just haven't tested that out yet.
I've never used the Zoya.
Well, I want to note that because I think a lot of people who are going to be watching this video, you are just a marvel to the community. And I think I say this as a lot of people that you are goals, especially as a blogger. And I think a lot of people look up to you. So I just want to throw out there that, I know when I started out, I was like, oh my God, Lisa, like I want to be like that when I grow up one day. And I just feel like, those of you who are taking notes or anything like that, like I know Lisa's always talking about liquid latex and stuff to help with swatching and, reducing that time to peel and go. I feel like if you're starting out on your blogging journey, it's really important to find products like that that are going to fit for you. I don't think they're all created separate, the same. And that goes for, the additives, what type of remover you're going to use, latex peel offs. I don't think they're made the same. And there's little things there. I think like if that is what your goal is, then I think you got to find out what's going to work for you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, even down to like the top coats and everything like that, just body chemistry plays a role in just finding which ones, like I look for which ones dry the fastest. Even with the matte top coats, that makes a difference. There's certain ones that just take forever to dry, or they dry too fast, which makes them look clumpy. So just finding the products that work with your body chemistry, and it takes a long time. I think I was 5 years in before I found all the ones that truly worked for me to cut down time and just be more.
I agree. I think that I didn't find my groove until I'd been doing swatching for 3 or 4 years. I mean, like I did different light boxes and different cameras and settings and bases and tops and poses, and it took years to find my groove. And then I quit, so it doesn't really matter.
I've pretty much I've added extra poses in, but I've done the same standard pose for probably 8 years now.
Yeah, if you look at your old pictures, they're pretty close.
The first 2 years Nick used to take my photos. The first 2 years, Nick did the camera work.
That's cool.
Probably 6 months. And then for the next year and a half, my photos were all on an iPad. And then it wasn't until year 2.5, 3 that I think Nick bought the camera. And I have a fancier camera. I just never figured it out, so I haven't switched to it because I don't get it.
If only there was something called the internet that you could use.
The camera that he bought me, it's really good. He bought the lenses, but almost every tutorial I found was photographing flowers or nature or waterfalls, and it's not the same. We tried the settings and they're all for outdoor type settings, not for indoor artificial. So it's, and I know a few people that know cameras pretty well, but they don't know this particular camera. So they can't be of much help. So I keep looking randomly, but right now it's a paperweight because that's a good use.
Nice paperweight.
It looks, we look fancy that way. And then I pull out my $100 camera.
That's so true, though.
10-year-old camera.
Just sitting there. That's true, though, because I feel like when I first started into it, it was how to get that close up of that bee on the flower. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to get spectra flare. Let's be real. And so
I want to see those peaks.
Yeah, I want to see all that. And it's fun fact, Nicole was actually the one who taught me how to do nail macros way back in the day. And it's so different. It's true. And it's not even just what your subject is, it's what camera you're using. And then it's, what are you doing afterwards? How are you editing it? Blah, blah, blah. So yeah.
Taking pictures of your nails is a really unusual thing because you don't have 2 hands to, do your manual focus. You can make sure that you get all of the little glitter particles in line, and you have to hold your camera with one hand and still hold a polite, graceful pose with the other.
Yeah.
I took some tester photos of the new camera and they turned out nice.
They did.
It wasn't consistently nice, but to me they looked a little too almost editorial.
But they were beautiful.
They were.
That look though. I want more, because I know with artificial lighting in a camera, you're not going to get the everyday type look. But I don't want I don't like on other people I like it, but on my photos I don't like that extra blur, and it drives me crazy when all the nails aren't in focus on my photos, and that there's a consistency thing that I'm really if I could be halfway through swatching a collection, and if a nail breaks, I have to re-swatch the whole thing because now my nails are not the same length. That's my weird consistency thing with photos. So with the camera, if the blur is off and different in each photo, it'll bother me. So I think that's part of what I haven't continued with it as well.
What's your favorite color?
Purple.
Purple, like for nail polish?
For everything, yes.
But you're in a green room and you're wearing a black shirt?
It came with the house. Yeah,
Don't
the shirt.
believe you.
My hair is actually probably by tomorrow going to be blackened amethyst.
Yes.
I haven't dyed it yet. But yeah, the whole house has like a grayish green vibe going, and we're too lazy to paint it because it doesn't look awful, but it doesn't look the best. Jacob's room is about to be painted a medium matte gray.
Ooh.
That's about to start forgetting. Yeah.
Why? Here's a question. Why can you not identify oranges?
Okay, that I'm still trying to figure out. And like, I was like, when did we get an orange tree in the backyard? And he seriously, like, you could see because it was through a messaging, and you could see the dots, like he was typing, and then he just stopped for like 5 minutes. And then all of a sudden he starts again, and are you serious? And of course he's at work, and he's like looking at this like I'm dating an idiot. It came with the house. Like we literally buried my cat next to it. Like we were in August heat. He's like, Rusty was 23, and it was just kind of like, do we want to just bury him in the backyard? We were like, sure. He's right next to it, and I still spent 2 hours out there while Nick dug a hole, and I still did not notice we had an orange bush. I call it a bush because it wasn't big enough to be a tree. We were taking citrus from our neighbors, and we apparently had one. And at that point, I can't have one because now Rusty is next to it, so now it's tainted. But yeah.
What are you having for dinner?
I'm having pasta. I don't remember what kind.
I'm starving. Starving right now.
There's pizza in the fridge from the other night. I think I'm gonna go have that for lunch.
Jacob and Nick are having chicken parm. That's like their number one. They'll always get chicken parm from any restaurant that has it.
I've never had that.
You have to. It's so good.
It's not my favorite. I like it, but it's not what I like. I like pastas that are more like fettuccine Alfredo type.
Oh,
like
the cream sauce?
Marinara sauce.
Do you like hummus?
Yes.
So if you take hummus, like make a pound of pasta or whatever, and save like a cup or two of the pasta water, and then take like a jar of hummus, you can mix that in, and then you put like the pasta water in to cream it up. It makes a really good vegan, like knockoff fettuccine style pasta.
We'll have to try that.
Interesting. I'm all nervous because Lisa's here now. God damn it. Okay. Poop closet.
Well, like all that's in there is the toilet, so it's a poop closet. Could you go in there and you close the door?
I think that's gonna be our blooper for this episode. No context. Poop closet.
Poop closets.